because. Hello everyone, and you're very welcome to the Man United Agenda. Your full-time score: Everton 0, Manchester United 1. 3 points in the bag, and Colm here is modelling Mr. Benjamin Šeško, our goal scorer. But obviously, it's a great result for Manchester United away from home. There was some controversy about the pitch. We will talk about that briefly. We will talk about the Everton corners. We'll talk about Sesko. And of course, we will talk about Sesko's goal. But I want to welcome Colm and Yaba, and I want to thank Mr. B for his watch along, his first 3-point watch along in God knows how long. Colm usually delivers us the 3 points, but Mr. B, your curse is broken. 3 points have been delivered. Hallelujah. But just a quick hello to people in the chat. Mr. Podus, Stuart Marshall, Andrew, and Man United fan, how are you doing? But I'm going to start with the pitch. Brand new stadium, that is Everton's new ground. It's their first season there. But for a Premier League ground, the amount of water that was shown when the ball was travelling on the deck and slowing the ball down, that was a bit criminal really for a Premier League ground, wasn't it?
Yeah. Their drainage system must be blocked or something. I don't know, because I've never seen a pitch bog up as much as what that has, especially in the Premier League. In lower leagues, you expect it. Do you know what I mean? Like when I used to go watch Donny Rovers play at Bellevue, like a 4,000 stadium, and it were getting tore up and there were puddles everywhere. And but at Premier League level, you don't expect to see that at all.
Yeah, but obviously, we were delighted with 3 points. But when you're looking at Premier League grounds, you've seen many a different ground playing Sunday League football and all the rest of it. Like, is there an excuse for a Premier League side to have a semi-waterlogged pitch?
Yeah, there is an excuse. I think Alex Ferguson knows about that. He used to water his pitches to make it slick and wet for European sides coming over. You can. Look, you only have to look at cricket with the groundsmen, what they do to wickets sometimes to manipulate the surface to benefit the home side. It happens a lot in sports. So I'm not saying there's any sort of crafty dealings going on by Everton to make the pitch slow and wet and more suited for their batting style and less suited for slick, good football. I'm not suggesting that at all. But all I'm saying is we got the result in the end, and whatever the conditions, both teams have to play in it. And yeah, it's very rare to see that in the Premiership, because obviously the great conditions of the pitches and everything, it's like carpet. So it's a rarity, but we grew up in the 70s and 80s, and we saw I remember Derby Football Club, when they won the league, their pitch was like a farm. It was like a mud den. Even Old Trafford used to be terrible, a terrible pitch, always muddy. So look, we've come a long way. So it's just a bit of a rarity to see something a bit poor pitch wise.
Yeah, absolutely. I suppose I think that the real thing that stands out is it's a brand new ground, and you'd have thought that people would have got the right kind of drain systems in and whatnot. But look, we came out of there with 3 points. We'll take it. But I'm going to throw a stat at you, actually. It's not to do with tonight's game, but we continue it after tonight's game. In the year 2026, Manchester United are the only Premier League side to not touch defeat in the league. Is that a testament to Michael Carrick and getting rid of that wonky system that we had? Or is it a case that the players have just all hit a kind of a positive mindset and are fighting for the team again. Your thoughts, lads?
Go on, yeah, but I'll let you go.
Okay, yeah, thanks, Colin. I just think I can see you thinking there that I don't want to go dwell into this too deep. Like there's something. So, yeah, Michael Carrick's done fantastic. Look, there's no doubt about it. But going into a game like this, remember Everton beat us at home 1-0, and I was thinking, I hope we get them back 1-0 at their ground to show them because they're tough side. They're rugged. They've got to play some dirty games, on the pitch as we saw today. So that was a tough test to come through. And look at this. We kept our first clean sheet away from home and it happened under Carrick. We're unbeaten under Carrick. We've gone to Everton and showed a different way of winning the game by battling out and having our backs against the walls. And they're putting them giving us all their strategies and all their tactics, dirty tactics and tough tactics. It's fair, but it's firm. And we had to deal with it, and we come through it. We come through a lot of hard day, and that was another one today. So well done to Man United. Well done to all the players who are getting behind the manager and start to show their worth.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, we've gone from a bit of a system of square pegs in round holes. Now we're playing players in their preferred position, and we're getting the best out of them. If you want the best out of Bruno, play him as a 10. If you want the best out of Ahmad, play him as on the right wing. If you want the best from your defenders, stick Harry Maguire next to somebody. Because
What did you say?
Yeah, if you want the best out of your defenders, stick Harry Maguire there. Because everybody, not just this game, for the past 10 games, everybody's levels have stepped up.
Yeah. Actually, speaking of Harry Maguire, I was going to leave this to Rio and the aftermath tomorrow, but he obviously had to make an adjustment today because obviously we lost the Butcher, Leacha before the game to an injury. It looks like it's going to be 2-3 weeks. We'll get more details over the next 24 hours, I'd imagine, and Rio will be bringing that to you tomorrow. But he had to change the side of the centre-back partnership that he was playing. And there wasn't a thing that Harry Maguire was at fault for in the entire 90 minutes. How impressive is it for you to switch your side of the partnership?
Yeah, it's really, you got to give credit to Harry Maguire for being able to switch. And obviously he's working with a new defender. I mean, Yabba's beaming here. He's proper beaming. He's loving this. And he was vital today, the amount of headers and clearances he did today. But not only that, he protected Yoro a lot today as well. Yoro's been out of the team. He's had a bit of bad form and he's come back into the team now. And he was helped throughout the whole game by Maguire because, when Maguire's in the form he is in, he's probably one of the best defenders in the Premier League at times. We've seen what he can do for England when he's put on that shirt, and he's doing that now at United.
I'd just say this, unbelievable. I mean, my glory days are here right now. I back this guy. I know, look, you asked the question. Let's go back to the question. I backed this guy from day one, his quality. When he was at Leicester, and when he was before that, I've watched him. I'm watching it in the World Cup. I thought this guy's got a lot about him. Because like you talk about players like Rio Ferdinand, John Terry. They're two players I thought, yeah, proper players, because they can play on the ball, they can defend really well, especially Terry, and distribution is fantastic. And when I saw Maguire coming through, I thought, wow, what has he got that Terry hasn't got? He defends with his life. The game like today, he saw how he defended, and he can spray the ball around the park. Don't have to be quick like Terry, like Rio Ferdinand and all that kind of thing. He's just like John Terry in a way that he's got attributes like that. He can head, he can defend really well, he reads the game pretty well, he's got good distribution, pass as well, and he's just a warrior at the back. So really pleased. I don't think it makes too much difference. He's played at the left-hand side a lot of the time, Rebel. So when he's going forward, you talk about when he's on the right-hand side, he can switch to play as diagonals, but he can also do that from the left-hand side. He carries the ball really well. He dribbles with his outside with his right foot, touch, gets himself up the pitch really well. You saw him today, he went on a little run, went up to the pitch and someone gave it away. He had to get back. He's got that about his game. A magnificent defender. I've said it for a long time now. It's not about I told you so or anything, but I feel really happy that someone, has turned it around and made people rethink how they look at somebody, because all the stuff that he was getting before, all the grilling he was getting before was undeserved as a player. And it was all about like social media, slaphead, all this kind of negativity. And it sticks. We were like bullies. A lot of people were like bullies and just doing it because it sounded like fun and taking the mickey out of somebody. When we're just dealing with football, he's a fucking brilliant player. Excuse my language. I never swear, but an effing brilliant player.
I will agree with you, but we have to give Harry Maguire his flowers. But I think I said this plenty of times on the Man United agenda. I felt the biggest problem that Harry Maguire had was what he was wearing on his sleeve at times, the weight of that captaincy. But that is a debate for another night.
Another night, but I would just say BOLLOCK to that. That means nothing. You know it. Come on.
I am going to move on to a few more of the talking points, but before I do, Stuart Marshall is arbitrating for Sesko to start against Crystal Palace. Andrew Williams is saying Terry way better than Maguire. You can debate him on that another night, but I'm not letting you do it tonight. Mr. Portis, Yab and I are the only ones that probably stood by Maguire over the time. Stuart Marshall also saying, give Harry a new contract now. And Andrew Williams, the last one I'll touch on for the moment. Leach was missed a lot tonight. His distribution has been outstanding. Now, talking about distribution, very, very briefly. We've seen it over the years when we had a certain man that's now playing in France, a certain man that's now playing in Spain, when the other one was free and all you had to do was make that final pass, that it wasn't played and we were missing out on goal-scoring opportunities. We saw it today a bit with Cunha and Amad Diallo. How much of an issue is that going forward, and can that actually be taken out of their game? Because it is something that is creeping into certain Manchester United players.
I mean, of course it can be taken out of the game. I mean, one of them's still technically learning his trade, in Amad. He's not in his peak performance era yet. So that can be trained out of him. With Cunha, I feel like it's something we need to accept a little bit with Cunha, because he might do this, he might give the ball away, but then, he goes on a little run and beats 3 or 4 people. It's a bit like, everybody has heard me on this channel constantly moan about Bruno Fernandes's Hollywood balls. But you can't, I've just learned you've got to accept it, because yes, 4 out of 5 of them might not work, but that one will, and we might end up scoring from it, and it might be amazing. I think it will work. I don't think you can train it out of Cunha. Amad has still got a bit of time, but I don't see it being much of a problem, to be honest.
But I am conscious of the time, so I'm going to flip the question for you. We watched some questionable Everton tactics from corner balls today. Just bearing in mind the Tottenham versus Arsenal game that we looked at yesterday, when there wasn't half the shenanigans going on in the box, and we were seeing things ruled out, frees given, not given, etc. Even Arsenal, I don't think, have such rugby-like corner tactics. Is it something that you like what Colin was saying with Ahmed and Cunha and the Hollywood ball from Bruno, that you have to accept that teams like Everton and coaches like Moyes are going to put out these kind of low-base tactics where they try to upset the apple cart of the goalkeeper and the defenders, because it actually got farcical to the point that we were waiting for a referee to kind of come in and take control, but he kind of fandangled around it and did nothing.
Welcome to the Premier League. This is what happens in football. There's tactics. When you're not as quality, you haven't got the quality of some teams, you have to try different tactics like that. And I think if you can absorb that and take that, which is really character testing today, especially for Euro, I felt he was going to fold under that sort of pressure. He, was supported by his back four and his goalkeeper to try his best to sort of deal with that. And they put it on him. And he'd learn from that. He's got to get stronger. He's got to deal with these situations a lot better. I was worried at certain times we might give away a foul or penalty, but that's kind of thing. That was their only opportunity to really try and hurt us. We're showing we can absorb pressure, whether it's by good football inside, when we played Man City, when we played Arsenal, we can absorb that pressure without the ball. And then we showed today the other side of the game where we can defend really with tough mentality and really sort of be up against a physical side and set pieces like that. It was good. And I don't care about the referee. The referee had to do his job. We got VAR. If something went wrong and they scored, then VAR could probably look back and say something about it. So I just think it's good the referee lets these things play on. We got to learn to deal with this. I remember Arsenal under Wenger played all this pretty football, and then they couldn't deal with someone like Stoke and these long throws, and they were complaining. You need to have a good balance about your games, right? Playing good football, but you also have to have the other side of it as well in the Premier League to be champions. So a great experience today from the boys.
I just want to use this one because it's one of my favourite Roy Keane things. He didn't do his job, Yappa. And that's his referencing the referee, by the way.
Oh yeah. No, fair point, Andrew. Fair point. If that's what you think. But we got through it, and I think it was a good experience to get through it, despite the referee. I don't want to sit here saying, the ref didn't do this, ref didn't do that. We have to deal with situations like that away from home a lot of the time, and that we came through it. And that's why someone like Cunha could shithouse all over that ex-Burnley defender with the big ears.
Well, obviously, we got our result, but I'm going to allow our resident goalkeeper to talk about Mr. Senne Lammens. Last year, we were watching bumble after bumble, fluff after fluff from Onana in what we would have considered rudimentary goalkeeping affairs. Talk to us about the difference that Lammens made tonight and overall to our season.
He's made a massive difference. Let's be honest. Like, the difference between Lammens and Onana is Lammens has the confidence. He's got... You see it sometimes with goalkeepers. They present like an aura about him, which then their defence feel that as well. They feel safe. They know they've got a good goalkeeper behind him. I mean, this kid, we have to remember, goalkeepers don't really hit their peak until they're in the 30s. That's when they start, in their peak. This kid is 23 and he's this good already. He doesn't get bullied in the box. How many times have we seen this similar situation with all these corners, men on Onana, and Onana fluffs it? He's dominant. He's literally like, you can put whoever you want on me. Who's that? Tarkovsky? Yeah, no worries, mate. Punch clear. Oh, who's it this time? Branthwaite? No worries, mate. Punch clear. See you in a bit. You know what I mean? He's so strong. And it's so good to have a goalkeeper that can actually do the basics. And not only the basics. I mean, that free kick that they took, he had... I'll say it now. I will say it now. Lammens had no right to hold on to that free kick at all. It was powerful. It was direct. He literally just went, thank you very much, and just kept hold of it. Just literally like super glue in his hands. It just kept hold of it. He was like, yeah, cheers for that. Right, who wants it? Oh, yeah, there you go. As if it was nothing. I mean, I've played goalkeeper for many, many years. I don't think I've ever caught a free kick like that. I've always tipped it because I'm like, yeah, I ain't catching it and holding it because I'm coming down with it. But he just makes it look so easy. My man of the match tonight, Lammens, honestly.
Yeah, I just want to say hello to Kevin Matthews. My first time seeing you in the chat. Not sure if you were in with the lad in over the last couple of days, but a big shout out to you. And Andrew is obviously nodding there. I can't see him nodding, but he's nodding to everything that Colin was saying in regards to Senne Lammens. But I'm going to move a speedy along because, again, there is an aftermatch show tomorrow, so I'm not going to go through every play-by-play. But Benjamin Šeško, we obviously saw a Bruno West type Hollywood ball to Brian Mbeumo, who was aware of everything that Sesko was doing. But that burst of pace and I suppose the finish that was kind of the coolness of a seasoned striker like a Lewandowski or other kind of top goal scoring strikers that we've seen throughout the ages. Is this Sesko begin to say, I am here, I'm a Premier League striker, and you can trust me, boss?
7-8 goals now he scored. The goal he scored today, I mean, he put the work in. He got, they were deep in their half, and he sprinted the way. He sorely anticipated what was going to happen, saw golden opportunity to get fed, and he was spoon-fed. Yeah, and he didn't spill his dinner. He just slotted it away. It's really easy to do that. You look at the basics, how simplicity. You're a professional player. That's a basic. You should finish that. But it's the way he was fed. It was a great goal. Great run by Mbeumo. Great, vision and the way to set him as well. And it is, Sesko was hungry. He got away. I mean, as a defender, you're playing deep at the pitch and they break like that, and you get burnt for pace. You got ripped to shreds, Tarkowski. Your ears are probably holding you back while you're running with the breeze, that kind of thing. Shame on you, because you're a bit of a shithouse defender, and I like that in people. But you had to take your licks today. Not only did Cunha wind you up when he was, giving it to Ghana, but you got roasted for pace. And then when you saw my man, you probably shouted something, oh, you're going to fumble it or something, because you realised you weren't going to get there. No, Sesko, done his thing and slotted it home past the England goalkeeper. Nice and easy. Looks easy, but it's not that easy after bursting that for running 70, 80 meters like that. But it's a great goal, and long may his confidence continue. Just going back, we talk about assists and all that kind of thing. Dennis Bergkamp said the other day, he was asked, do you like goals or assists? Dennis Bergkamp said assists. Cantona would say the same thing, I like assists. When you're in a good team, and you start, because Cunha got credit. You can see he got hugs and all that for his ball, and and Mbeumo got credit for the pass. When you're a good team, a good atmosphere, and you're winning and you're doing really well, you'll start to assist more, because you realise, it's not, there's no individual thing going on here where I'm going to do this, I'm going to shoot, I'm going to score. That goes out of the game. So the more we have this harmony with the team, the more we start winning and getting performances, I think that will all increase with assists. So I don't think that's an issue. Really happy with the performance, really happy with the result, and really happy being a Man United fan right now. Long may it continue, man. We've got a good team.
Obviously, Colm, I'm going to ask you to talk about the goal as well, but obviously Ruben Amorim was pushing for another striker, one that is with current league leaders. For how long? Probably not long. I reckon City are still going to haul him in, but Victor Gyökeres could have been the player that we signed, and it seems like he's a bit of a relegation fodder, to quote Rio, stat patter, whereas Sesko is getting us big goals at important times. Is that a key difference in what you look for in a striker? And talk about the goals, well, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, it is a key difference. I mean, let's not twist things. Gyökeres is a good striker. Let's not pretend he's not. When he's on form, he's a good striker. This season, he's kicked on a little bit now, but, for quite a lot of it, has been the BTEC Sesko. Let's be real. I think we got the better deal. 100% we got the better deal. I prefer Šeško over Gyökeres. And, I mean, going on about the goal, I mean, we were talking, obviously, whilst the game were on in our private chat, and you said, I didn't realise Šeško was that quick. And I was like, if he's got the space and he's got room to open up, he's rapid, ridiculously quick when he turns the burners on. And I mean, it's a nice, calm, assured finish. We've seen many, many people in that Man United shirt over the years. Some of them slotted that away. A lot of them didn't. If we look at Rasmus Højlund, who he didn't, in those opportunities, he didn't always put them away. Even some of our bigger players, missed those opportunities. But I think Šeško's got a very good, bright future here at Man United, and he's finding his form. And this is what we need to do. We need to keep providing these opportunities for him. And before I finish off, I will just say, if anybody did watch the preview show on Saturday, both myself and Rio said, play Šeško. He will be the difference.
Yeah, absolutely. Bit of a quicker reaction show, but obviously we will be having the aftermath tomorrow. Please do hit that like, share, and notification bell so that you know when we go live, because it could be at the earlier time of 7 o'clock, but obviously you'll be kept up to date if you have that notification bell hit on the YouTube. In a night where Manchester United remain unbeaten in Premier League in 2026, the only Premier League club that is currently without a taste of defeat in this calendar year. A night where Michael Carrick has yet to still taste defeat in any of his games, both in this current term and in his previous term as an interim coach. Manchester United have taken 3 points from Everton Football Club. We are now only 3 points of Aston Villa in third place. So we are very much the hunters, and Villa now are the prey. So do stay tuned to the Man United agenda. But from us on this very happy occasion, it is a very good night from us. God bless. Oh, go on, Colin. You're muted.
I was just answering Vincent. He asked how many wins now Mr. B has on a watch along. Just a one win,
uno.
One
There
win,
you
one
go.
draw.
But that is it from us. Stay tuned, and glory, glory, Man United.